If you put yourself in the box of an identity, you will not be able to function outside of it.
Hey loved ones, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Hi guys.
This is your first time on my YouTube channel. Do well to click on the subscribe button just below. Yes. And just like that, you are the latest loved one of mine. So today we have a special guest. You probably know him, my celebrity boss. Can we meet you?
Hi guys. Hi lovelies, loved
Loved
ones.
one. Yes, better.
Hi loved ones. My name is Mr Wadud. I prescribe aspirin for brand storytelling through art. I find where brands have headache in their storytelling, and I use my heart to communicate this storytelling. And I use my platform to educate and entertain people who are creatives and non-creatives alike who are interested in art, books, poetry, and everything exciting about life.
That's why I call him boss. You would understand that. Okay, so with all these things you do, you are doing this, you are doing that. Public speaking is even you did not mention it. Like, I think that was how I got to know about you.
Mhm.
It was one TEDx
Okay,
stuff. That was when I
yeah.
followed you. I
Oh,
think that was
interesting.
like 2021 or something.
Yeah, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Wow, that's true.
And since then, it has been from one public speaking record to
We are
another. How
pushing.
do you do it all? Like, how do you manage your time? How do you balance, strike a balance, and everything?
First of all, is that there's nothing like balance. Man, you can do a lot, man. Nothing like balance, but I've been able to manage it through prioritizing. I try to pick what I want the most over what I want now.
Okay.
So the way I approach everything I engage in is like, for a long time ago, what do I want most? That determines what I do now versus what do I want right now that makes me take action. So instead of doing everything at the same time, I look at what I want most, and that helps me set my priorities right.
So that means you're telling us part time, we should try to prioritize other priorities. So yeah,
Yeah, yes, it's like me saying other priorities, like just telling you from straight from the book and say that prioritize yourself. But the reality is that what do you want most? So the moment you can answer the question of what do I want out of life most, in the long run, it helps you direct what you do first.
interestingly, you graduated this year.
Yeah.
So I am wondering how all that was. We do so much for an undergraduate. So
Okay.
you just became a graduate. You
Okay.
can still refer to some months back
Yeah.
and that.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do it? Like it's similar to what I just asked.
Mm-hmm.
If you are saying oh school is not priority to me because looking at all you do, school is like
Mm-hmm.
maybe second to the last on your priority list.
First of
Maybe even
all,
on that list.
first of all, school is a let's get it done thing for me because it is expected.
Yeah.
I'm not in school, or I did not go through school simply because I love school. I think education is going to be a path to one greatness for me, or I'm seeking one political career. That what really makes me go through all that 8 years in school with switching courses, with the strikes and the COVID-19 issue, seeing it through and not dropping out. I think for me, it is like to be able to tell you that, guys, no, it's not that I'm a graduate in school, Jen Kokon. Just focus on what you want the most in life. And I want to be able to tell you from the point of somebody who finished it, like, it is not worth anything. It is just simply expected. There are people that thrive without it. So don't be boxed into that mentality. It's a mindset game. It's a mindset game. There are people that have dropped out that are doing better without doing anything out unlawful. There are people that stayed in school that works for them because that's what they want to do, but not out of space of it's what is expected for them. Ultimately, just do things that really would eventually fulfill you. Me, I saw it through because I was not going to give away my giveaway.
The point is, whatever stage you are at, decide for yourself what you want out of life and make sure you see it through. You're an artist, right? So, how would you describe your art and how did you get to navigate into so many things and still maintaining that brand for yourself?
I think for me, it is being intentional about not getting boxed. There's a lot of artists that their Instagram account is just art. It's just they cannot even upload pictures of themselves just chilling. It has to be art every single day. I was not going to be that because I knew that box doesn't function for me. It doesn't work for me. I don't know. I want to be able to express what I wanted to express in the moment. And the platform like social media like Instagram gives you room to be able to connect with your community and be able to express whatever you want to express, change, influence, and just contribute values as much as possible. And I believe beyond my heart, my voice also does that. My engagement does that. The community and what I do for the community does that. So I was intentional about not being bored by not even starting out trying to be very team like scrutinizing my page to look a particular way or putting you in an expectant position like you know what will come next. Like you cannot get the next yes, you cannot predict the next post I'm going to make because you know you can expect anything. Yeah, so it's being able to build a community that has a range and letting my community know that this is the level that I function in.
That's quite great because I wasn't there when you were 1,000 followers, like when you had 1,000 followers, but I think I was there when you had like 6K.
Yeah.
It was 6K. From 6K, before you knew it, just growing 10K, 20K. I remember telling you that, oh, yeah, 30K next. And you now say, scratch that. So proud. You said, scratch that 50K you mean? I say, oh, yeah, now. Before we knew it, oh, that same month, like it just flew.
For me, this evolution comes from a certainty that I'm at a spillover stage. There is a statement somebody told me years ago that it was like a Waduud. It takes only a single drop between your bucket being full and it spilling over. Just take a single drop, but before it's being full or it's spilling over, you're going to have to be. It has to keep dropping. So as at the stage we were talking about and all that, I knew that it's going to be a ripple effect because with the traction and number of people that was consuming my content at that point and resharing it, it should reach more people and ultimately get more people to come on board. So it was that certainty that the ripple effect will happen. I think a lot of people still forget that it was just last year that I was still at 7K followers, like 6K, 7K. Last year, January, February.
It was last year, like 6K.
And now we are like
That 6K actually stayed for long. 6K stayed for long.
Don't forget 6K. 6K didn't stay for long. I've been on Instagram for 6 years before that. And all that 6 years, I was crawling between 4K to 5K. The 6K is interaction there. I was on Instagram for like 3 years consecutively. Right? It was just like 3K to 4K. I wasn't really concerned about the numbers even till now. With all that number, there's still the focus on the community. Like I want to be able to connect with people that are art lovers, storytellers, people that are interested in the stories I have to tell. That's ultimately my goal.
And creative. So I used to say, dear
Like
creative.
when you see my content, how do you feel? Like you see Mr. Wadud, don't say apart from see finish to work because you know me now.
Dear creative, I'm beginning cooking. Don't something. Motivational speaker. Well, yeah, actually, that was one of the reasons why I just felt like, who is this man doing so well for himself? Like, I don't know.
Money do me do well,
It's a lie. He's a billionaire.
God, I beg. God, I beg.
Yes, so bring
Don't just my clients.
bring your gigs.
So bring gigs I pay. Recommend me. And they sell markets.
So you said something about ripple effect and the drops adding up. Basically, consistency is key for you.
Absolutely.
How did you keep up with consistency? As a content creator myself, it is hard. It is quite hard to remain consistent. You've shared a lot of tips on how to be consistent on your page, and you've had classes on them as well. So, if you are to advise anybody watching that is trying to improve their consistency, so what would you advise such a person?
I think what I would say is think about it as a documentation versus creation. In order for you to be consistent, One is you have to picture yourself like an animal in natural world who has a camera that is following you around and all that. So it's a documentary. It's like you're living life. Whatever you think that people, your content creators are so consistent, they're telling you things they've already done or things they are currently on. The incredible thing is that they just have built an habit to document whatever they are into. Then they find an angle, they find a space, they find a creative angle to their story, and they share it. They are not actively creating. It's documentation versus creation. And the second thing would be to catch yourself from procrastinating. And the root of procrastination is hesitation. Like once you want to do something, do it. Once you catch yourself hesitating about doing something, you probably should do that stuff.
That was why you advised me to get the Atomic Habits book.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a book that I have recommended again and again to people because I think it really anchors you into a mindset of it is small practical steps. I don't see it as I want to be 70K followers. I want to be 10K followers. I used to remember the time I was telling my friends, by December, I can't wait to be 10K followers. I'm at hit 10K. It used to look like a fucking big number to me. But now we're at 100K plus, and I'm just like, yeah, we have done it. I think ultimately, you just need to be very grounded about it being a system of doing little things that really put you in a better space, in a better room, that makes bigger impacts. Those little minuscule habits that changes your life. That's just about it. And love the process. Honestly, if you ask me, what's my goal for the next 5 years? Well, whether I'll tell you that I'm living my goals. I'm living my dream because right now, right here, and being able to sit with you, talk, share experiences with other creatives for us all to learn and grow and evolve together. That's my purpose. That's what fulfills me. That's what I chase.
So basically, the goal is in the process. I would like to congratulate you on your forthcoming exhibition. I think that's the first one.
That means this video has to be out before my exhibition.
I don't know, but congratulations still,
Yeah.
even if it's out
My
already.
exhibition.
I'll try
Okay,
to.
so
I don't know. Congratulations on that. But so far in your journey, so far, what would you refer to as your proudest
moment.
moment, achievements? It could be more than one. Anyone would like to share?
Okay, I think proudest moment is probably last year, November, December. It was towards Artex Lagos. I had already intentionally started going to galleries and telling stories for the artists and the galleries. But I worked with the gallery at Artex Lagos last year. That was really fulfilling for me because of what I did. It's really puts the gallery in a better light, and it ushered my art publicity career into fruition. And now I'm already doing that for across brand, doing for multiple galleries, and being able to actively contribute to the conversation of art as a career that is viable, as a necessity in molding a greater society, and just being able to let people see beyond just talents. I understand that
That's number one thing that comes to our mind.
yeah, yeah.
Talent.
And recognize the value of art in every nook and cranny of life.
About a particular piece of yours that is being sold out, like that you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had an international exhibition earlier this year.
Yes,
Yeah, so it has my first international exhibition at Miami, and I exhibited two pieces, and that's it.
I mean, that is why you refer to this one as the first one in
Country,
Nigeria.
yes.
At what stage did you realize that you wanted to go into art, or did you just they did not born you with art? You said
They did not bomb you. They did not bomb you.
because
I
your
learned
recent
this-
post, I still saw it that
Yes.
you don't have to
It
be.
was talent. It got be a man loro.
So how did you realize that?
Art is what I wanted to
Yeah.
do. So I think it was the fact that it was what I found myself drawn to, because I was the guy that I was very introverted when I was younger. I was very I'm a nigga joke by me on the joke, so I it got me into a lot of trouble. But I was very into myself because of those same don't go there, don't go here, don't do that. So because I'm into myself, I used to find something to keep myself busy, and I'll find myself reading Super Strikers. I'll find myself reading comics in weekend and newspaper. So all of those things contributed, were like the seed to my storytelling today, and my interest in using art as a medium of storytelling, because I used to look forward week in, week out, month in, month out to those comics. And I just was fascinated about how people could do that, and it could be, I could look forward to it as a person. Then I started trying my hands at it, drawing cartoons and learning techniques and practicing. With time, it just became something that, small wins will share you forward into bigger wins. So that's it for me.
You are telling us that whatever skill, whatever path that we might want to go or that we find ourselves being drawn to, we don't have to be the best in it.
Absolutely. Honestly, you just need to be yourself in it. But the option is to be the best or the only. The option is to be the best or the only if you want to make money for a lifetime and not just for a long shot.
Only possible.
So it has to be the best. Now, be the best does not necessarily mean be the best in the industry. It could be being the best at what you do.
Because no one can do it
Do
like
it like you do. So just find an angle to make something that you are inspired by here, inspired by there, that you think you can do here, fuse it together and make it yours. Simple.
nice. As an artist,
Mhm.
you there's something peculiar to you that I've noticed, and that's your style of dressing. What do you think I was going to say? Okay, so you express yourself in colors, not just in your works, like with what you wear as well. Unlike a lot of artists, like other artists that are creatives generally, they tend to have a stereotypical single, even if they are going to have different outfits, it will be similar. You will know that
Yeah.
okay, this is this person coming.
Yeah.
But you, it's colors, like you can just
So
give us
before
any
now, like 2 years ago, you can testify to the fact that I used to wear cap a lot. I used
yes,
to wear over English dress and all that, because in the industry, I used to think that that's what would stand me out. Like, and really, it got me noticed and it stood me out. But what I found is the fact that if you put yourself in the box of an identity, you will not be able to function outside of it. And I know for a fact that I do not just want to be boxed into, like, I'm not Steve Jobs. I'm not trying to form like to be Steve Jobs wearing one same clothes all the time. If I see a fine dress and I want to rock, I will wear it. I think, but it is very essential for me to be able to express myself artistically in how I dress, to be able to be out there and not feel worried that people will disrespect me because of how I look, simply because I look like a professional. Even when I paint, I get comments where people like, "Ah, your floor is always clean. Like you don't used to stay in me." I have an habit of maintaining an healthy and clean environment when I work, because I think it's a part of one of the things that stands me out as a creative, and is a part of your uniqueness that you can carve for people to understand that you handle your business in every detail.
actually, because there was a time I saw you at campus gate. That time I was going for an exam and I was looking exam like. So that was when I saw him. I was like, okay, why you wearing suits? You are wearing suits inside. Like why? I think it was probably Thursday or Friday. Like why?
It depends on how I'm feeling that day. If I feel like where I'm going to be today, the way I feel like carrying myself today is to wear a blazer, feel good. Understand that dressing for me doesn't just extend to what you would feel or your perception when you see me. There's also this space of me as a person. I know when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you can do good.
That's something I can attest
So,
to.
yeah, it's very important for me to ensure that I dress nice. It reinstates my confidence, and I'll be able to kill whatever I need to do that day. That's it. So,
That's nice. Okay, so as an artist that is doing well for himself, You said I should not say it, Abby, so that
Yeah,
they
I'm
will
doing well
bring,
for
so
myself. I'm
that they will
maintaining
bring
that for
gig.
intention. Yeah, bring gig. I can do well with your gig.
Can do, we
I
keep
can do
getting
your gigs
better.
well. Yes,
Mhm.
no,
All right,
I am the
so
best.
yes, I are the best in the game, you guys. All right, so I was going to say, with the attention comes various types of people, various
Absolutely.
mindsets, and all.
Yeah.
How do you undo weird weirdos?
Say it,
Weirdos in the
suck on
DM.
there.
I know there's most likely
Yeah, I
weirdos in
think
the DM.
first of all is that I'm not disturbed by it because I understand my place and my power. It's my platform. I get the opportunity to swipe and delete. To buy shit with Jubia, maybe yesterday I thought that this person should have sense a bit, Let me reply them. And then you think that I have day time for you all day long. You're trying to chat me up and trying to feel entitled to my time. I'm just gonna be like, bro, I'm going to put you in your place. If I feel like you are just trying to form one kind of familiarity that's not there, please, I can block you. I most likely won't, but if I have to block you, oh, possible by J. So the way I deal with this is being able to recognize that measure twice, cut once. Read people and give them opportunity and make excuses for them. But when you want to cut, cut, cut.
Cut it.
Cut it. Delete. It's your
That's
platform.
why you have those buttons. Use them.
Use them.
So, what would you advise somebody that is just starting out as a creative? What would you
you're just
advise
starting.
that you are just starting out?
It's a multi-million-dollar company. We should start.
But it's not too late to start.
It's not too late to start.
You started from
I'm just kidding. What I'm going to say to you is that you are the most important resources you need. I've said it over and over again. Not the promise that somebody told you that don't worry, I'll introduce you to somebody. Not the gadget that is so perfect, that is so clear. The interesting thing about me is that even before I had the better phone that I can record and shoot sharp content, I would still record. I used to have this Samsung that the camera back camera has broken, so sound has clouded the entire camera. But I would still record myself painting. That was how intentional I was about documenting myself and putting myself out there. So for me, it is like you are the most important resources you need, and you extend beyond just yourself. You is what you need, what you are, the power you control, the influence you control, the friends you have, and the rooms that you currently and the things you currently have. So absolutely use that to get what you want.
Start where you are.
Where you are might not be good, so you can move from where you are. Just start.
Manage and maximize everything you can.
If you have to leave where you are constantly to start and evolve from there, it's absolutely okay. It's all right to take yourself into rooms. Environment mold us, it molds our mentality also. But if you're intentional about your growth, it's all right if you're in a room that doesn't drive you, motivate you to push further and create better. Absolutely shift.
That's important. Okay, one more thing that I would like to ask about building your career is how do you expand, like getting a team?
Have other people on board work with me.
I would be driven and passionate about what you are doing.
When you've been hungry for so long, you tend to recognize hunger. So the first thing is to see people that are as hungry as you. People that are hungry to outwork themselves. People who are hungry to achieve, to succeed. People who are equally ambitious. And also recognize that people might be working for you, but it goes a long way if you make them feel like they are working with you. That way, everybody would want to pull their strengths and magic happens.
That sounds good actually, and makes so much sense because I've had to lead some little projects here and there, and I realized that when you are trying to project what you want,
On people.
nothing gets done. Like
No.
you not get
You need to
anything
make
done.
it feel like their idea. You need to make it feel like it's something that we can all do together and it goes a long way.
What would you say to your younger self?
Yes, so um To my younger self.
Yes,
Are you
like if you had
serious?
to advise, you didn't know that was what I
Ah,
said. If you had to advise
my
your
younger self.
younger self,
My younger self is gone. Let me talk to my future self.
wow. Say
Like
younger
there's
self.
no see,
You don't
there's
have to
no
go to
wishful
the
thinking.
past.
That's see. Saying something to my younger self is wishful thinking. But if I can say something to my future self, is hold yourself accountable. You don't have to do it all by yourself. I think that's what I need to remind myself as often as possible. I work with a number of people. I'm very big on collaboration, but at the same time, sometimes when things don't get done and you just want to do it all by yourself because people are not doing it the way you want, still learn to delegate and learn to onboard. Learn that onboarding takes time and evolve from there. Try just be gentle to yourself with the shape collaborate with people, work with people. I think it goes a long way to grow. So I would say that to myself. And most importantly, be accountable. Like don't try to find fault in everything. Like blame is not a strategy. That's yourself.
Okay, that's great. Do you have any advice for the viewers? Like what you would like us to take home? Everything we've been saying, you have to take it home.
Number one thing I want you to take home from this is that nobody is unreachable. You are one or two person away from that person you want to reach. Everything you need to do is learn the right approach and be able to reach them. Because by reaching people that are in rooms that you want to be in, you potentially learn to be in those rooms faster. So if you feel like there's somebody up there that you feel like you cannot reach, like this person is celeb and everything, hello go, everybody has life problem. But be of value to them and you can get their attention. Find what they're interested in, find a way to contribute to or make their life better and you hold their attention.
Interestingly, I kind of think that way. Like, I feel like if I want to reach out to anybody or reach out to a particular space, I can get.
I think it is that I want you to know that you don't have to do it all alone. Collaborate, work with people, and you'll be fine. You'll absolutely be okay. Yeah.
Come to the end of this
And the
interview.
wish. I was going to ask you. I asked you about. We talked about it earlier before, but like, what led you into this whole journey of content creation, sharing about makeup, and just being able to do YouTube and all that?
I would say this journey came from me trying to inspire people. When I was younger, I always looked at the women on my TVs and I would be like, I want to be like that woman someday. So when I discovered YouTube, I felt like, okay, instead of me waiting for people to look for me, why not put myself out there? Sincerely, that was what started it. And pandemic did it in, and 2020 was the year I just started. And I've not like I just felt like is my means of putting myself out there even before people getting to
To
know
know
about me
you.
because now it's like a means to get them to know about me. So a win
Absolutely.
is a win.
And I think what I'm mostly curious about is like, what's your biggest lesson so far since you started up until this? Like, what's the biggest takeaway from your entire experience?
My biggest takeaway would be to not be so hard on myself. Sometimes I look down on what I do. That's quite sad. And a lot of people don't know this. It's just my people, and I rant to them. Sometimes even cry and all whatnot. And I'll be like, I don't like
So I'm
this
not a baby.
thing.
We have not tried to be before. Are you late?
Can't be crying yeah now. You're not rated. So I like it was just like that. And when they now say their things, and I have honest people, when it's wrong, they will tell me that, oh, okay. They will still do it, and I will still know that, okay, this is wrong. It's not like they will lie to me, they are just like. So when I get it like that, and I'll be like, okay, let me take another look about this thing. Sometimes I don't even see it, but I will just post it out anyways.
So you
And
don't
that's it.
overthink. You don't
Don't
overthink it,
overthink
and
it.
you learn to be gentle with yourself. I think
Yes.
it's the ultimate thing to recognize that it's a lifelong lesson.
Yeah.
It's every single day that you're going to be learning and unlearning and just being gentle with yourself and not overthinking everything and just putting yourself out there. And it's a means to an end. yes, if you are looking to be on those platforms that you want to be, to be in a TV show, to be on documentaries, and just being able to do maybe reality show someday, you're hosting something incredible. I can't wait to see how that unfolds for you. And I think that it's been amazing for me to watch you create. For me, who is also, don't be say I be a woman we need makeup artist. Don't be say I be physiotherapist. But I do enjoy watching your content once in a while because I love your storytelling. I love the way you are consistently trying to document what you've been up to or what you do and the experiences so that other people can relate and tap from it. And I think that's incredible. And yeah, that's about it. I think so. It's humbling for me to be here with you.
Yay, my boss. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Like,
It's my pleasure.
been such an amazing ride with you.
Like, subscribe, comment, share.
Thank you for watching. Do make sure you
Yes.
like, subscribe,
Yes.
share. Just like you said,
Yes.
follow him on Instagram. He's on the screen right now. Yeah, do it now. Do it. All right. Thank you
Yes.
so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.